Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have needed is One Piece Pirate Warrior 4, a game developed by the Koei Tecmo and Omega Force. These guys seems to be utilizing their in-house technology, since I wasn't able to find any references of Unreal Engine 4 or Unity, and even I searched a little bit on the web and I wasn't able to find any information, so it seems that they created this engine on purpose for this specific game. Alright, so One Piece Pirate Warrior 4, how does it run on the Nvidia MX130, which is equivalent to the Nvidia 940 MX. So looking to the settings, I decided to create in here a custom low median setting, so I just selected low settings, but I did raise the terrain quality to high, enabled grass and small objects on low, enabled shadows from off to low, enabled fog, enabled anti-aliasing and bloom, and raised the texture quality from low settings to median settings. But first let's take a look on the requirements. Alright, so these guys ask for an i5 from the 3000 generation, 8 gigs of RAM and the GTX 660, which should be more powerful than the MX130 in power. They said that this is for 720p low settings at 30 frames per second. Although with this custom low median setting that I did found out, I got an average of 43 frames per second with the 1% low of 30. This game has some options to lock the frame rates, so if you prefer a more stable frame rate, you can select the 30 frames per second lock, which will lock you the game to 30 frames per second, since there is no drop whatsoever. Yeah, there might be a drop or two when you invoke special attacks, but aside from that, it was fine. There might be also scenarios that are more demanding, but at least this one, it was actually fine with this laptop. If you decide to go and use the low settings, the average got a bump of an extra 10 frames per second, although the 1% low just barely raised it, because I noticed that in some special attacks, the performance really takes a dive. But I don't find those moments really important, since while those attacks are being performed, you don't have any control over the character. So dropping below 30 frames per second for a second where you don't have control of the character doesn't really, cause any issues to me, in my opinion. But that's about the performance that you can expect. And also, while using these custom low median settings that I did create, I really find that to be a very good setting, since the game with the low settings looks so much worse than what is in display in here. So looking at these graphics, it might be really acceptable for the graphic card while it performs very nicely. But what is this game, this One Piece Pirate Warrior 4? The One Piece Pirate Warrior 4, this is, according to most of the users, a great evolution from the third game, especially engine-wise, and also a lot of new features built into the game. They say that the game is fully packed with features and content, which makes it worth the money that you will give for the game. As a downside, some people are complaining about cooperative issues, because you are able to play in co-op with your friends. But some people complain about the fact of being very hard to find their friends, and there are some inconsistency with the connections where they just get out of sync very easily. And also that's about it about the connectivity. As for the rest of the stuff, some people complain, and this is also my complaint with the game. The camera, it is simply horrible. It's very hard to keep the camera focused where you want to look. There are some other references that people say that it is a little bit bad, like for example the giant characters are not implemented properly, and some people were expecting that this game would bring the entire story of One Piece, which they claim that there are a lot of story missing on this game, and some fans are actually disappointed with that. But apart from that, it seems that the game, it is pretty good. For the fans, it seems that all the fans are actually enjoying the game, aside from these small issues with the game. And actually on Steam, the game, it is scored at 86%, so it doesn't feel that bad either. So a reasonable release in my opinion. Although the price for the game might be a little bit big, it is a AAA price at the time of this video. They are asking for $49.99 on Steam. And there are also DLCs. There is a deluxe edition which you need to pay $74.99. This deluxe edition, I'm assuming it brings all the DLCs that the game feature, which brings a character pass and also anime song pack. So yeah, good stuff. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about One Piece Pirate Warrior 4. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
どけよ。お金ならぶっ飛ばすぞ。
俺が道を作ってやる。まあ見てなって。
すげえ。エース、ありがとう。
麦わらの一味を逃がすな。
ビビ、どこに行きゃいいんだ。
子供の頃使ってた抜け道もあるわ。あそこなら海軍にも見つからないはず。
わかった。野郎ども、行くぞ。ゴムゴムのバズーカ。来いよ。参ったな。とりあえず逃げるしかね
え。これじゃ話もできない。早いとこ海軍をまかん。
俺のところにバカ集まってきやがって。あっち行け。ちょうどよかった。こいつら吹っ飛ばすの手伝ってくれ。本当にありがとうよ。
対戦になるぜ、ザコ野郎ども。
助かったぜ。早くみんなと合流しねえと。ゴムゴムのバズー
お前らどこへ逃げる気だ。おい、
お前ら急げ、敵の増援が来ちまう。
そこの女、お前も麦わらの一味だな。待て。
私はただの踊り子よって聞いてない。
なんだお前は。変な着ぐるみ着やがって。
この野郎、トナカイをバカにするのか。
変わらねえなお前は。
エースもな、相変わらず強え。ゴムゴムのバズーカ。
あれ、みんなどこ。あなたは待ちなさい。逃がしません。
めえの相手なんかしてられるか。俺たち以外の海賊を追えよ。
私が捕らえなければいけないのはあなたたちです。捕まえなきゃいけないのに。
俺だって捕まるわけにはいかねえんだよ。
逃がしません。行きますよ。まだ。私一人ではスモーカーさんと合流しないと。
ようやく言ったか。俺に任せろ。ありがとうよ。おかげでさっさと片付いた。